is Christmas time. We are here at the pool table. Last thing we have to unbox here from the Wave 3 Bonanza, if you will, is going to be this year's holiday Alt-Deco, if you will, and that is going to be Mistletoe Dive-Clops. Now, I kind of held out this long because sometimes if Activision sends it out, they actually do for the holiday guys like prep a special story. And the truth of the matter is I don't know if they're going to send it out, and so I've already got it because I picked it up Saturday at GameStop with Nightfall because one of them was free. You had to be an idiot to leave it there. So if they do actually send it out to me, or if I actually get a hold of material that has the custom story for Mistletoe Dive-Clops, I'll try to provide that for you, probably on oneofweezem.com or the Skylander Club forum. But we'll just go ahead and unbox it and apply the standard bio, I guess, for now, and kind of take it from there. But just kind of to recap for you, this whole thing kind of started up in the Swap Force area. Vicarious Visions, I guess, had the idea. They took Bumble Blast, best known from the Battle Pack with Terrafin, and they came in and they kind of made Jolly Bumble Blast, who had a pretty cool hat. But, right there he is. He's got the, kind of Christmas-themed colors going on and everything. That continued the trend in the fourth installment Trap Team with Winterfest Lobstar, who in my opinion actually looked really cool, in part because they kind of used that like crimson metallic red instead of just like a straight up Santa red, which I thought was a nice touch. Plus he's a crab, so it makes sense. And now they've done it with Mistletoe Dive-Clops. So here's standard Dive-Clops. Pay attention to him because everything is about to change. We're going to set him down. By the way, my nephew is a huge fan of the Dive Bomber. Anyway, I've got to move this into place because now we've got the double trinity, the 6 elites. Why there's not air and fire still escapes me, but there they are in all their glory. So right here, as mentioned, $12.99 at GameStop. However, if you took advantage of Skylander Day, it was buy one get one free. So if I paid for this one, Nightfall was free. If I paid for Nightfall, this guy was free. So not a bad deal at all. That said, the thing I'm most excited to see about this guy, it almost looks like there's a candy cane in there, but it's not that. It's that Rift engine. I cannot wait to see that out of the packaging. Anyway, here he is in the packaging. He's got special artwork and the special figure. So, Mistletoe Dive-Clops. We're going to spin him around to the backside here. Oh, he doesn't look bad in the game right there. That's kind of going to be an interesting look for him. New powers and weapons, ability to... I don't really know why that's said. It's not that big of a deal. Convenient? Yes. Big deal? No. Anyway, when you take the Dive Bomber and you pair it with the Dive-Clops, people are having trouble with this. Like, can steel-plated, he doesn't have a vehicle. Can he supercharge the Thump Truck? The answer is yes. So, just like the Darks, the Legendaries, any version of that supercharger will supercharge it. If you come in and you take your, Series 1 or 2 Terrafin, no, not a supercharger. But if you take, Sharpshooter Terrafin, yes. Spitfire has the dark version. That'll supercharge just fine. It works across the board, regardless of the vehicle. Dark supercharger can supercharge a dark vehicle. A regular supercharger can supercharge the same dark vehicle. The same dark supercharger can supercharge the standard vehicle. It's kind of confusing, but it's basically all you need to know. Dive Bomber plus this guy equals supercharged Dive Bomber. Do not worry. So, other featured characters: Sharpshooter Terrafin, Nightfall, Smash Hit, and High Volt. Remember, she was originally to be an early release. That's it. We'll go ahead and open him up. His slogan, of course, is "Look out below." Now, would they change that for Mistletoe? I don't know, because again, my biggest fear in them not sending it is that they didn't send out, Frightful Fiesta. And so, going on those lines, I never know if it's like going to be like, ooh, it's Christmas time. We got to send these things out, or if it's just going to be, whatever. And the main thing with me is, like, I really want to know a special story so I can share it with you. That's sort of like, to me, it's almost better than the figure. It's just interesting and something special. Keeps it unique, Nonetheless, right here, Mistletoe Dive-Clops. 175 power, 285 armor, 100 agility, 240 luck. And again, very cool artwork there, in my opinion. So, we'll set that down. I will have to wait on doing a comparison with the stats until we get in the game. My hope is that he has significantly better stats somewhere than regular, so we'll kind of check that out. That's sort of my anticipation there. He's a very heavy character. Again, if my voice cuts out, my apologies. I've not totally lost my voice. I don't think I'm going to at this point, but it does get points where in intervals where it'll cut out pretty bad. So once again, my apologies there. However, we will set that down. He actually looks really good. I'm not a big, I mention all the time how I don't like gold. I'm not a huge fan of red either, but this is not bad at all with the white accents, in my opinion. So I've been on a bit of a white kick, though. That's kind of the PC I'm building. Again, if you didn't watch the unboxing of Thump Truck and you're like, wait, you need to square this camera up for us, buddy. I can't, because there's like 3/5 of a computer under the pool table right now. And what's going to be the piece that slows me down, that I might not be able to be up and running this weekend? Is it going to be the processor that's always sold out? Is it going to be your RAM doesn't be compatible? Some of that stuff may happen, but right now it's looking like my copy of Windows is not going to be here. Bravo. We are thrilled. Anyway, this is very cool. It's basically the exact same pose, if you didn't know already. It's just repainted. It's an Alt-Deco. It's a variant. It's a holiday variant. Not really a chase figure, but it is special. Now, this blue and green was a sweet combo. I mean, those are such complementary colors. This kind of washes out in comparison, but hey, I actually do like it. Now, I told you what I was the most excited about, which I doubt anyone else says this, but I'm excited about the Rift engine. That thing looks pretty dadgum cool. This is a kind of a neat green, in my opinion. It's got a very holiday feel to it, but there's no like blatant metal flake. It's just like a metallic green, almost like an anodized color, if you will. Again, if you're into cars like I am, you probably have some anodized parts, particularly like AN fuel fittings, things of that nature. This is almost like somebody built their car and called it the sleigh, and they're like, I've got money to burn, I need some metallic green anodized fittings. So the valve coverage, you could seriously see some of these. Again, this obviously it applies to plated metals better, but overall looks pretty cool, particularly there on the timing cover. Another touch I absolutely love: white water element logo. Not blue would have worked, but the white shows up, it clashes, complements it very well. And since it's kind of a flat color, you can kind of pick up in that shot what I'm talking about. It's just got that nice metallic look to it without the big flakes of, like, say, sea shadow or something. So another thing that I really, really like, it maintains the form and the wave of like a traditional water element base for a supercharger, which basically we see with Deep Dive Gilgrunt and Dive-Clops. We'll spin him around, let you take a gander at that. It's essentially the same thing. The translucency is actually very cool and ties in nicely, but this looks like snow, and that to me is kind of a win in and of itself, particularly the way it contrasts with that green Rift engine. So he's got the white pants, kind of like some red boots and some strapping there. He's got red armor up top, the shoulder pads, kind of the gusseted sub look. His gun, it's got the red spin valve, red barrel, white torpedo, red there, kind of a candy cane look. If you just eliminate everything but the gun, it's almost, again, barbershop pole candy cane type of a thing. The eye is still the same color of green, is it not? I would call that exactly the same. This might have a little bit more luster to it. This kind of looks a little bit more of a pale green, but they're very, very similar if they're different at all. The white there, this is a tough call. Personally, that green Rift engine, which I think it would have been weird since they used it there, but the face mask and like the shroud on the helmet here, I have to wonder what that would have looked like. The red, they could have done it like maybe, this is pretty much like the Jolly Bumble Blast red. It's perhaps not quite as bright, but it's like the same concept, right? If they'd have come in like the Winterfest Lobstar, kind of like that metallic red, and sort of done like this, high pressure metal area, face around and the mask, if you will, I wonder what that would have looked like. There's a couple of colors that would have been interesting to see there. As is, I don't actually mind it. I think it looks pretty good. So this is Mistletoe Dive-Clops. Obviously, if you think, Mistletoe, that's lame, doesn't tie in. Well, take it on the literal side, where you've got a torpedo, a missile, it makes sense there, and it's not as cheesy. Or if you're into the cheesy stuff, it's fantastic as well. So anyway, look out below is the slogan. Let's go ahead here. Believe it or not, Mistletoe Dive-Clops is actually the twin brother of Spooktacular Eye-Brawl. I don't know, we'll just roll with that. When he was young, his bat wings were blasted off by evil reindeers while flying over the swirling sea at the North Pole, causing him to plunge into the abyss below. After rolling on the bottom for several days, he was discovered by an underwater civilization of jelly elvie dwarves. They were instantly fascinated by the bizarre-looking eyeball and took him back to their coral castle of Christmas, where they built him a magnificent dive suit that would allow him to explore the depths of the sea, completing it with mistletoe so he could enchant any mermaids he might encounter. But everything changed when Mistletoe Dive-Clops decided to venture to the mysterious whirlpool of destiny deep within the Arctic Ocean. As he got closer, he suddenly felt pulled in by its immense power, a Christmas carol ringing through the sea, and re-emerged to discover that thousands of years and many Christmases had passed. Now, with his destiny before him as a member of the Skylanders, Mistletoe Dive-Clops lets the minions of chaos know that there are many dangers of the deep, including getting coal in their stockings, which trolls might actually find that useful. I don't know. Pretty bad story. Did not plan that one at all. Just kind of winged it. Again, if in fact they do send those out and there is the special bio with it, I will kind of update this with like a link to the forum or my site where you can read that, because they're usually pretty good. I could make one up that would be pretty good, but since one might be coming out that's official, I would rather wait and see if that happens, so I just kind of interjected some random stuff in there. In terms of all his stats in-game and everything, I want to do it properly. I want to throw it in on my spreadsheet, crunch the numbers as we introduce him. Historically, they've been superior. We'll have to see if that's the case here or not, but should be fun. The coolest thing here, though, regardless of how you feel, if you think this is the best, Alt-Deco color scheme ever, if you hate it and wish that you had never seen it, if you pick it up, or, I guess if you're a huge Dive-Clops fan, you might already have 2 of the standard, but if you're like, I can't buy a second standard because it gets the Alt-Deco, I want it. The best thing about having 2 of one Skylander, particularly when they're different, you can take both paths. And that is a fantastic feeling, because then you don't have to reset anything. I've not actually gotten to play with him much, do his base upgrades or anything. It looks like his paths are Tidal Torpedoes and Dowsing Dowser. I'm inclined to give this guy the Torpedoes path, but it'll depend on his statistic enhancements. So that said, again, we'll do one more side-by-side for you. Standard Dive-Clops here, Mistletoe Dive-Clops in the left hand. And again, they should be pretty easy to find. These aren't like super rare or anything. The holiday variants, you can always get them, unless there's like some holdout on the coastal areas and shipping or something. But if you want it, very easy to get, no rush, hold out for a buy one, get one 40% or something. That's probably the best sale you'll get. But I don't know. Apparently the game's not been moving and they've been making some pretty sweet deals. So keep that in mind. If you just want to get in and out before the stores get really packed and you want to get gifts for your Portal Master, buy one, get one 40% is probably a pretty acceptable sale. Toys R Us does that pretty much every other week if you miss out. Once again, the signature vehicle, at least for Mistletoe Dive-Clops, would be the Mistletoe Dive Bomber. This might actually be cool in the red and white color scheme. I don't think I'm going to have the money, especially with this computer sitting under the pool table, to buy one and paint it, but that's not a bad idea right there, really. Wouldn't be a color scheme I would pick, but I think it would kind of be cool to have, a corresponding vehicle a little better. But nonetheless, he will supercharge this guy just fine, no worries there. And lastly, I'll remind you, if you enjoy this stuff, to check out the Skylander Club film. Crashing down go the packages. But SkylanderClub.com. Check it out. If you like what you see there, sign up. We would absolutely love to have you. Anyway, I guess we should make him the centerpiece, right? Since he's the new guy. It says Winterfest Lobstar is so big, it's hard to hold him. Can we do it with one hand? Maybe, kind of. Winterfest, I tell you what, man, you won't fit in the pot, you won't fit in the storage containers. What will you do? Okay, there we go. That's about as good as it's going to get. My apologies there, but the emphasis is on Mistletoe Dive-Clops. So $12.99 GameStop, $13.99 Toys R Us. Hold out for the sale if you can. If you have a younger Portal Master in your family that you're looking for some presents for, if they're a fan of Dive-Clops, this would be a great ticket. If they don't have Dive-Clops, it's awesome. If they're just a fan of the figures in general, it's a great gift. Just pretty much anyone into Skylanders, this is kind of like your dedicated Christmas gift that you can't go wrong with. So keep that in mind. But once again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Are you picking him up? Are you passing on him? Can you not say no to a holiday variant? Can you not say no to an Alt-Deco at all? Whatever your logic may be, let us know in the comments section. Get the discussion flowing. Well, once again, for myself, Dive-Clops, the Dive Bomber, the cast of 6 that should be 8 Eons Elites. All of Wave 3 is pretty much here except Lava Lancer Upter. He is on the portal currently. And of course our holiday variant cast from the games of the past. Thanks so much for watching, and we will catch you back here for more Skylanders SuperChargers.